I only shoot and score. Then if you score, then will come.
Yo, what's up guys, Eki here. The first NHL 20 content update, aka patch notes, was released today, so we are just going to run through it real quick and I will just give you guys my opinions of what I think of the updates. Yeah, so first of all, in the beginning, Clappy says that the NHL 20 gameplay is in a good place, so we don't want to make any changes as of now, so I think that's a really good sign. I think most of you remember last year EA kinda came up with a lot of patches in the early stages of the game, and I think it kinda ruined the game a little bit because I felt like there was pretty much a new tuner every week, every 2 weeks, and we had to adapt all the time, and it wasn't always in the right direction. So that's really good to hear, at least from me. But Clappy also said that they still want feedback on interceptions from behind, inconsistency of low relative speed hits from console to console, and puck loss when pivoting at high speed. So yeah, I will just give my feedback shortly. So interceptions from behind, I'm not 100% sure what they mean by that, but I guess you all know the interceptions are a lot better this year. I think it's a good thing. The puck doesn't go through your player anymore when you're in the right places, at least not often. But sometimes, at least I've noticed, when your defender is actually looking at the wrong direction and the pass comes like from behind him, he still gets the puck. I think they mean that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I think that they can tone down the interceptions just a little, and also there's some crazy AI interceptions. I've seen some clips where they're like completely going in the wrong direction and stuff. I can actually show some clips here as well in the video. Yeah, and inconsistency of hits from console to console. If you play the game on both consoles, you should know that actually it's easier to defend on Xbox because it's easier to hit, it's easier to knock guys off the puck. On PS4 you can protect the puck pretty easily. The hits from behind especially have no effect. But on Xbox I feel like your guy like stumbles a lot, gets stuck on animations. You just knock the puck easier loose on Xbox, so I think they need to do the game similarly on both consoles. I don't know what would be ideal. I would personally do it like a mix between a PS4 and an Xbox gameplay, because on Xbox I feel like there's maybe too much of the bumps. Like I said, you get stuck on those weird animations, and especially on lower speed when you hit the guy from behind. Your guy stumbles a lot, and that doesn't happen on PS4. But on PS4 I feel like you can circle around maybe a little too much with one player, and I feel like protecting the puck and defending, or protecting the puck may be a little too easy, and getting the puck away defending might be a little too hard. So yeah, I would do something like a mix between those two. Puck loss when pivoting at high speed, pretty tough one. They added that this year when you turn backwards when you're skating full speed, you sometimes lose the puck, and this especially happens if your player has like low stamina. So yeah, I don't actually think that's a bad thing, cause it kinda people use the backskate like less from high speeds. And Clappy also says, on top of this we're investigating some users suggesting that the ping shown in game is not matching their in-game HUT experience, and this is because HUT has the dedicated servers. They have a little input lag. Some games it's less, and some games it's more. You can easily see it, especially on weekends. I feel like when there's more people playing the game, my connection is worse. So yeah, that's a weird one. I would personally go back to peer-to-peer connection like it was in last game, NHL 19, in the beginning, and all the other NHLs, because the game is much more responsive. Yes, it may bring back a little bit of the IP booters on HUT champs and comps and stuff, but personally I think there should be like better ways to do it than switching it to dedicated servers, which I don't think people like that much. And I don't think they're even fair, cause for example I know in USA you only have like 2 or 3 servers, so it's not that fair, cause when you're playing the same game, your connection might be a lot better or worse than the other player, just because they're closer to the server. So I don't think it should be like that. So yeah, I personally think they should bring back peer-to-peer and just ban anyone who's IP booting all of this stuff. So yeah, that's what I think. And then to the AI. Improve the case where the weak side defender would overcommit on an odd man rush, allowing the back carrier a breakaway. So I'm not 100% sure what they mean by this, but I guess they mean I think they mean the source glitch that's going on right now, especially against CPUs. When you actually source the puck in front of you a little, the defenders freeze completely, and you know, I think it's kind of stupid. I hope this fixes it. It sounds like it, but they don't say anything about sources or anything, so I actually have no idea. This is a big one for me. Improved goalie tracking when the puck is behind the net. So personally, I think there's so many goals behind the net right now. I think it shouldn't be like that. Like, I don't know, I know 5 goals I can do behind the net, and I don't know, it kind of breaks the game. And in the competitive games this year, I don't want there to be any behind the net goals. Like I said, I think they're gonna ruin it. So let's see if this actually takes away some of the glitches. Hopefully, let's hope for the best. We of course have to play this tuner first to find out. And in Hoot, fixed a decent issue which was causing the opening phase to loop in some online games. And personally, I've played like 150 games, maybe a little bit more on both consoles combined. This has happened to me like 5-6 times. I think it's really good that they're taking it off. It's a huge thing for me personally, because it just wastes time, and you know, it's so annoying when you're in the third period, for example, leading the game, and then the game loops on the face-off. So that's a huge thing. Fixed an issue where players could see their opponent's PSN ID gamer tag before loading into a competitive seasons or Hoot Champs games. And this is probably the biggest thing for me in the update. I guess some of you know the amount of time some players have to spend searching for games is crazy. Like, there may be games for me, especially in like GVC qualifiers or last year, or like Hoot Champs games, where like nobody wants to play you and you spent hours, literally hours, looking for games because people back out on you and stuff. And this is a huge thing for me. I think this lessens the possibility of that happening a lot, and I think this is the most fair way to do it, because right now some players in Hoot Champs, for example, if they get a good player, they just dodge them right away, so they have a better chance of winning probably another guy. So this update causes in the leaderboards in, for example, Hoot Champs, actually the best players will be at the top, because nobody can dodge anymore. I know plenty of guys in previous NHL and this NHL who have been at the top or close at the top in GVC qualifiers or last year or Hoot Champs, anything, just because they don't play the top players. They play the players who are a little worse, which they know they can beat, and you know that can't be the case, especially when the game is going into the more competitive like section. There's GVC now in Hoot and stuff, so yeah, I think this is fantastic. So yeah, those were my most important parts of the update that will be live tomorrow. Yeah, I have some couple of new videos in the making. I will have a video about my Hoot Champs this weekend, and the rewards coming in like 2 or 3 days. And also I have some other pretty nice videos hopefully in the making. So yeah, be on the lookout for those, and see you next time.